Hello Internet, welcome back to the workshop. In today's video, we're going to rebuild this 80-year-old TR Almond 6-inch 3-jaw chuck. If that interests you, stay tuned. We'll get started. So looking this over, I just noticed that it's not attached to the back plate. And I also found this section where the cast is broken. So it'll be interesting to see what we find when we get inside. I don't have a 3/8 key, so I'm going to use a ratchet for now, and I'll have to make one of those. But let's get these jaws out of here. So I think my approach here is going to be simple. Take it apart, see what needs to be repaired, repair it, clean it up, put it back together, hope it works. So this has a date on it, maybe. I've got numbers here, 19423, so I assume these are jaw numbers. And then I've also got 12044. I don't know if it's possible, but this may have been made in 1944. Tell me what you guys think. Does this look like a 1944 chuck? It's dirty inside, but so far not too bad. And the teeth are a little worn. This thing has seen some use. Some wear on those. Whoop. So now that I have it apart, I'm going to clean it up, try and get as much of the rust and old grease and varnish out of it as I can. I'm just going to carefully place these in it and let them soak for a while. Mineral spirits do a really good job of loosening up this old grease, but you have to be a little patient with it. So I want to leave these in here to soak, and while that's happening, I want to focus on the back plate. So this needs to be a precision fit with that chuck. It needs to fit in here perfectly. And right now, this doesn't fit, it's too big. So what I'm using here, this is a carbide cutter with an insert at 90 degrees. And I'm going to use this on the side. And I think with this way, I can just remove a very slight bit of material from the outer diameter of this back plate. What I want to do is just knock off this corrosion. I think I'm going to do the same thing on the face here, just knock that corrosion off. I'm not trying to cut metal off, just knock off rust. So I can see a couple dents in this where it looks like it's been dropped. A big one here, and then a smaller one here. And I can see when I look at it that it's dinged inward. So that's going to cause problems, especially this one with the fit onto the plate, because right now it's really close. So I think before I remove material from this, I should probably chuck this up, see if my lathe will handle it, and then clean up this center edge, see if I can knock down these spots where it's dinged inward and get this round again. I think we might be there. Yep, we are there. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I knocked off some of the dings and sharp edges that were there from those. I've got the back plate to where it fits now. I think that all looks good. I want to take it outside, use my cut brush, and I want to knock off some of this rust. I'm using mineral spirits and an old paintbrush here just to kind of remove some of the grease. And then I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite pad to remove the rust. There's some damage to the worm gear on its extreme ends. About 1/2 inch is missing from the smallest portion here, and about the same amount here. So to smooth those out, I'm going to put a burr in my Dremel, and I'm just going to clean them up and feather that edge in. So I'm using just a small carbide burr. All the parts have pretty much received the same treatment. Soaked in mineral spirits to get all the grease and grime off. Run on the wire brush to remove the rust, and then deburred with a file as necessary. So let's get it put back together, see if it works. So I'm just using high temp brake grease. This is what I'd use if I was putting together other similar mechanisms. So I'm going to lube the body of the cast and just give that face something to ride on. Okay. That's in and down, and it moves very nicely. Next, in goes the pinion gears. So I'm gonna just lube these up as best I can. I don't want to go crazy, but this stuff is so sticky. So these are numbered. This is number 2, and this is number 2, so I want to make sure I get that into that bore so it goes back in its same home. Okay, there's one. Let's do the other 2. This is number 3, so it goes there, and so that must mean this is number 1. So we'll put it in the number 1 slot. Alright. I want to stick a key in and just rotate this around and lubricate that ring gear. Alright, I'd say that's all pretty well lubed. So now the retainer goes in. I am going to put a little lube here where it goes around the pinion gears. And by little I mean I'm going to glop a big old ugly glop of it on there. Hopefully this isn't driving you crazy. So I think it has to go in there just like that. Okay. And then this is held on with those 2 set screw looking screws. Alright, I'm going to just spin this around now. Work that grease in there. Make sure everything feels nice. And it really does. So I'm going to start on these just like I did everything else with the big old slop of grease. I want to put some in the teeth. Man, it's getting windy. And then I want to put a little bit here where it rides. I think first time I use this and I turn it on and this grease flings out, I'm going to be like, why? Alright, there's 1. Alright, there's 2. Although technically there's 1 and there's 2. And now here's 3. And the way I've always done this is I push in on all 3 jaws evenly, and I rotate the chuck key until things pull up. But if you're in the wrong space, wrong place in the sequence, you can end up with the jaws out of time. So let's see. So this one, we're right even. So yeah, I'm already not there. These 2 are even. See how this is even with the body, but this one is sticking out. So I think this one needs to go in first. So we'll turn it back until I hear that one drop. There we go. Now we'll try this. Turn it in. That's in line with the body. That's in line with the body. That's in line with the body. All right, let's run it in. Boom. Just like butter. And now I want to just run it in and out a little bit. Circulate that grease. This is probably going to make somebody gasp, but I'm going to use my impact driver here and just be careful with it. Use it for its motor, not for its impact. But that will let me move this in and out and in and out quickly and lubricate everything up. Yeah, that's working really nicely. All right, so the last thing we need to do is put the backing plate on, and hopefully it still fits now that everything is all cleaned up. All right, that fits in there so nicely. I will tighten these down better once I have this on the lathe. Alright guys, I think this turned out really well. I'm super happy with it. It's at least now a good usable chuck. I think the next time you see this, I'll be installing it on my Atlas lathe. If you haven't seen that, check out that project. I'll add a card to it when it's done. So, I had a lot of fun with this today. You know, sometimes I don't. There's a lot to do, but this was quick. It only took a couple of hours. It went really well, and the results are just fantastic. You know, it's one of those projects you actually enjoy in the shop. So I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this. Thank you.